Good morning, everyone, and happy Sunday. It is the Sunday before Valentine's Day. So I wanted to bring you guys a little bit of history about Valentine's Day. Um, Valentine's Day was created in the 5th century by a pope, and the reason it was created is because there was tons of war and fighting, and at one point they didn't want the soldiers to get married because then they would leave family behind, or because maybe they didn't want to fight. So a priest in the 5th century, his name was Valentine, he was marrying people, undercover. He was just marrying people, giving them the blessing, and he got caught. So when he got caught, he was murdered. And so the Pope made him a saint, and they created February 14th. Now that just goes back as the 5th century. Now they say that they not only made it on that day in the middle of February, randomly. They actually did it for a reason, because back from the beginning of time, there was a pagan holiday or ritual in mid-February, and it was a ritual for fertility. It was a ritual to a pagan god, a demon, I don't know, whatever you guys want to call them. I don't even want to name the entity that they were worshiping, but they were worshiping an entity. And what they would do is that they would sacrifice an animal, and they would get that animal and they would throw the blood onto the women, so that they would be fertile. And then they went one step further, and they started sacrificing children to this god. There's actually a show on Netflix called Sabrina the Teenage Witch. It's the new Sabrina on Netflix. It's like the reboot of Sabrina, and it actually has, in one of the seasons, they're talking about that one entity that they would actually sacrifice children to for fertility, and it was done in the middle of February, right before spring. So we're going just back in history on why they decided on this day, February 14th, in the middle of February, which it coincides with that pagan holiday. Another thing that we can go even further is the story about Cupid. Cupid is supposed to be a love child, but that love child actually comes from a incest. A mother and a son had a child, and that was Cupid. So guys, it's just good to know history, and it's good to know what we're celebrating, so that we could really focus on the truth. We're not celebrating anything else other than love, and that we can celebrate any day of the year. It doesn't only have to be on February 14th. So I hope that you guys learned some information, and because once you know the truth, you can make your own choice, and the choice is in your hands, and the right choice is always love.